everybody, welcome back to my second video. I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed, left comments on my blogs, have retweeted my social media posts. I really do appreciate it. And before I get into today's vlog, I just want to remind everybody to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel below, so that way you can get first look access to all of my content going forward. And also, before I get into the main gist of what I want to talk about today, I just want to say that I hope everybody out there is being safe and is staying healthy. I know that this is a really tough time for everybody. It's really hard to stay inside, especially as the weather starts to get nice and the novelty of sort of being at home and working from home wears off. But just know that it's really important to stay home and not overwhelm the healthcare industry. That's really important. So now I want to get into what I want to talk about today, which also has to do with COVID-19 and the coronavirus. So I think, obviously, a lot of people are dwelling on what they're missing out right now on because of the coronavirus. Like, there's missed concerts and missed shows, and obviously for graduating seniors, you don't really get that last semester on campus. A lot of you aren't going to get your graduation at least right away. And then high school seniors, you guys are missing out on sports and proms and things like that. And it's obviously really hard. But I think one really great thing to focus on in this time is to sort of make bucket lists of what you're looking forward to doing once the coronavirus passes enough where we can go outside and start easing back into everyday life. So the whole point of my video today is I want to talk about what shows I'm really excited to see when Broadway reopens. So the first few that I'm really excited to see are going to be repeat performances. I'm really excited to see Dear Evan Hansen again. I have seen Dear Evan Hansen probably close to, 30 times at this point. And for those of you who have been reading my blog, you did see a post a couple days ago where I talked about why that show is really important to me from a mental health perspective, and how each viewing I sort of find out more about myself in that adaptation. And then another reason why I like to go back to Dear Evan Hansen is I like to see how the show is evolving. I was really lucky to see Ben Platt's take on the role quite a few times, and I did get to see Michael Lee Brown, which was the original Evan understudy on Broadway. And I've also had the lovely opportunity to see Taylor Trench's take on the role, as well as Andrew Barth Feldman, who was recently the most recent Evan. And it's just really unique to see the way that the show is evolving and how each Evan makes the show their own. And I'm really interested to see Jordan Fisher's take on Evan. I've seen a few of the promotional videos that they've put out where he's saying you will be found, and then for Forever. And I'm just really excited to get back to that show. So that is show number 1 that I'm really excited to see when Broadway reopens. Another show is Jagged Little Pill, which is another show I've written about for my blog. So I had the opportunity to see Jagged Little Pill twice when it was still in previews, which is where, they're still making changes to the script and the songs and the flow. And it was really interesting because I'd never seen a show in previews up until that point. So even seeing it twice, I saw it within a 2-week period. There were, some subtle changes that I did notice on viewing 2 from, viewing 1. And so I'm interested to see how the show has evolved since it's been quote unquote frozen and no more changes can be made to it. I'm particularly really interested and enamored to get to see Kathryn Gallagher again. I have been following Kathryn Gallagher's career for about 2 years now, and seeing her take on Bella's character, it's a very raw, emotional character, and I'm just interested to see how she still plays it and if there's been any changes. So that is show number 2 that I'm excited to see. And another show I'm excited to see is the Harry Potter play. So the Harry Potter play is broken up into 2 parts, and I've been trying to get tickets to Harry Potter for about a year and a half. I have been a dedicated 40 for 40 member, trying to get like those $40 tickets that they release on Fridays as part of their lottery. But I might just have to bite the bullet and just pay, the exorbitant prices to see the show, because all my friends have seen it, and I just, at this point, I feel like I've missed out. So I'm excited to just finally take the plunge and buy tickets for that show. I'm hoping to see that as well. Another show I'm excited to see is Ain't Too Proud. So Ain't Too Proud is a show that one of my friends who works at Today Ticks, her name is Diane, she's just been enamored with the musical ever since it came out, and honestly seeing her enthusiasm about the show has just made me want to see it. And I remember watching their Tony performance last year and just being like, wow, this is really interesting and not at all what I expected. So that is also another show I want to see, just based on Diane's recommendation alone. And some other shows that I'm excited to see just in general is Six, which is a brand new musical to Broadway. It was actually, I think, just getting ready to start their previews when Broadway closed. I don't even think they've done a preview yet. The Six transferred from West End, and I've heard a lot of really interesting things about the show from some people who saw it in the West End, and I'm just super excited to see it as well on Broadway. And then finally, one last show that I'm excited to see is Mean Girls. So Mean Girls is one show I've also been meaning to see, like Harry Potter, for a really long time. And I'm kind of bummed that I missed the original Broadway cast. But I'm also really excited to see the new cast, such as like Renee Rapp, and I think Sabrina Carpenter is also in it now. I'm just really excited because I really liked the movie a lot. And, it just seems like a really fun musical that doesn't take itself super seriously, and I think that that's important. I think on Broadway there is room for shows that are profound and breathtaking and have really strong messages, but there's also room for shows that just want to be funny and just want to get people to laugh and, to kind of be sort of like that mindless entertainment in a sense. That's also important, and I think it's going to be even more important coming out of the COVID-19 crisis, just because of how serious these past few weeks have been, and what the next few months are looking like. And just in general, I'm excited to get back to Broadway. I haven't really gotten to see much of Broadway in the past 6 months since I started my master's program. And really the last show I saw was Jagged Little Pill when it was in previews, and I only saw that because I was doing a project on it. And I just miss Broadway. I miss being in a theater with people, and I miss watching a show unfold for the first time, with all these people around me, and you know, it's all just like this one big community, and you're all seeing something for the first time together, and I just think that's really special. And you know, there's something just special about watching something with somebody and then just going on your way after. So yeah, I miss Broadway a lot, and you know I'm not alone in that, and I honestly can't even imagine what it must be like to be a performer and not be able to perform, because that's what you love to do. But I promise everybody we're going to get through this, and Broadway is going to be back, and look for when it gets back for some of the reviews on the shows I just talked about. All right? So until next time, again, please subscribe below to my channel, and please continue to check out my social media and my blog, because there's a lot of content that doesn't really make it into these videos that I'm still really passionate about, and I would love for you guys to not miss out on it. And again, I'm going to link below to my social media sites and my blog again. All right. Thank you, everybody. Please be safe, stay inside.